right, we're going to continue this morning with the Douglas Eagles and Coach Brandon Lyles. Coach, if you'd let the guys introduce themselves, or you introduce them and their position and where they are in our junior, senior in their class, and then get some opening comments from you, please.
All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and introduce them. They're probably a little bit nervous, but Gabe Motley over here on the left, he's a senior, plays left tackle and plays some defensive line for us. Right beside him is Austin Hook, plays outside linebacker, running back for us. He's also a senior. Logan Abernathy, outside linebacker for us, is also a senior. To my right is Cooper Butler, plays running back and defensive end for us, is a junior. And to his right is Tanner Edmondson, plays D-line and tight end, is a sophomore. Yes, sir. Just as far as comments, we're very excited. I don't feel like it's working. We're very excited about this season, just getting started. We've had a great off-season. As far as attendance goes, I would say, we're probably 90-plus every day of kids that need to be there. So that's been good. Compared to my first year, we were lucky to have 15 to 17 kids in the summer consistently. So that's been good. Weight room's been really good for us in the off-season. Kids have worked very hard. We've been able to do some 7-on-7s this year, competed really well in those. So we're very excited. After 7-on-7, it's kind of a false sense it's football, but it's not really football. We're ready to go out there, put the pads on and play this year.
Coach, would you comment on returning starters, your experience coming back for this year's team?
Yes, sir. As far as offensive line, we've got everybody returning. Our quarterbacks, Eli Teal and Braxton Lindsay, both returned. Everybody in our backfield will be back. So offense, we lost Reagan Edmondson, wide receiver for us. It's a big loss. He was all-state for us last year, but everybody else on the offensive side is back. Defense, we lost our starting safety, Joseph Sides. Other than that, everybody else is coming back as well.
Could you comment on the fact that I think that last year was the first year since you were in school? I think 1998. You were on that playoff team in 1998 for Douglas. Going 7-4, making the playoffs. How much confidence going into this year has that helped from the season you had last year?
Well, it's been really good. As just far as the community and the outlook of the whole program, just seeing people want to be involved from the community to our more kids coming out to in Pee Wee, we've got over 30-plus kids in each division, which I've never seen happen at Douglas. So it was very good for us to get into the playoffs, but going forward, I don't want to be satisfied with just going to the playoffs last year and then wait another 23 years. We'd like to make this an every-year deal. We know we've got a long road ahead of us. We've got to get better every day. We got to be more physical, for sure, and more consistent. That's the biggest thing I'm looking for from this team. We've got several kids that do stuff well, but we don't have guys do stuff well every play. And so that's something that we're looking for is just be consistent every single day. And that'll, hopefully that'll help us win more football games and have an opportunity to get in the playoffs.
Coach, on the whole, what would you say is the biggest strength of your team as you come into this season?
Probably experience would be one. And then the offensive line and defensive line, that's a strong point for us this year where when my first year we started 3 freshmen on the O-line. So they've got a little bit of experience there now. They're juniors and seniors. And then the D-line, I think we're very physical up front, as physical as we've been in a while up there. On paper, that's what I keep telling them, on paper we are. We'll find out a little bit more about ourselves when we open up Galesville in a jamboree and then Susan Moore week 0.
This one's, this one's for the players. Anyone can address it, but Coach's first year, you get 3 wins. Last year, you double that, you get 6. And not only that, you sprinkle in a couple of winning streaks in there. You make the playoffs. We've already talked about all that. But what has that kind of done, that step that you guys took from last year to the year prior? What has that done for your confidence headed into, of course, the spring and now the summer as it begins to wrap up, you head into fall camp? What has that done for you guys to boast to say, look, we've seen what we can do, and now we build off that? What kind of confidence boost has that given you guys?
All right, so pretty much we just went into it with a lot of momentum coming out of out of last year. So this year we've really brought in some people out of the hallways that's really seen what we could do last year. So it's really a big deal making it to the playoffs last year because people's really wanting to come out this year and help us out. So.
Um, well, Coach Lyles, man, he knows what he's doing. So I was just following along, taking his coaching, and just rolling with him because I know that we could make the playoffs that last year, and we can go further this year, I believe. So just keep rolling with him.
I can talk for most of our players. It was really a confidence booster for all of us because coming through my freshman year all the way up until now, we were just like been going through coaches in and out for my freshman year. After my freshman year, we had like 3 coaches come in and out. And then when Coach Lyles came in, he just came in, like Tanner said, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was going to do. And he just seen the best in us and kept trying to bring out the best of our ability.
Coach Lyles, when you first came to Douglas, expectations was low, been low for a long time. All right, now the expectations begin to grow. This has got to be a whole lot more fun for you, and that energizes the kids too because they see that success on the field, and winning breeds winning, and it's got to be a joy for you to see these kids have this success that they've had over the last year.
Oh, no doubt. And just being from Douglas, seeing the roller coaster that's kind of went on there through the program, and the biggest thing I see is just having some consistency being there. So that's been good. And, as far as the expectation part, it comes with its good and its bad. But, for me, I embrace it, and I keep trying to tell these guys, if you'll get better every single day, a little bit better every single day, I feel like we can compete with everybody on our schedule. Now, on paper maybe, and we'll see when we put the pads on, like I said earlier. But, yeah, I expect to try to make it in the playoffs this year and hopefully get a little bit further.
Well, this is for the young men. Of course, you've had some success. Now the bullseye's on you. You get different expectations. Y'all got to rise to that challenge. Y'all looking forward to this. And what is it like playing for Coach Lyles? Is he very supportive on the field as well as off the field?
Yes, sir. He's very supportive on and off the field, as well as the whole staff we got. He's brought in some guys from around the area that's really, really there for us. He's like, if we're there, he's going to be there until we're gone, and until they kick him out, he's going to be there. So he's really going to be there for us. So I'm real proud that he's brought in the people from around the area to help us out in the different parts, on the team. So he's a real good guy.
Yeah, like Austin said, he's very supportive on and off the field. Like when we're on the field, he is tuned in with us. He's on. We're on point. But off the field, like say you're in the classroom, he'll support you. Whatever you need, he's there for you. He'll be there.
Coach, I want to piggyback a little bit off of what Austin said about you bringing in guys you're from Douglas. Coach Mitchell's from Douglas. I don't know how many other Douglas guys that you've got there. And I want to ask all of you, starting with you, Coach, and let them comment. It had to be special for you last year in your second year to take Douglas to the playoffs for the first time in 23 years because you're a Douglas Eagle. Also, guys, how's it important to you guys to see Coach Mitchell, Coach Lyles, former players at Douglas, as your coaches now?
Yeah, as far as the staff, it takes a special person to be at a place like Douglas. It's a very community-oriented, and I felt like going into it, I needed as many guys that's been around that program, whether they've played or they've been there in the past, to come help me. So everybody on our staff has played at Douglas besides one. I've got one guy that from Blount County. He actually coached up here at Albertville a couple years ago. So I've been very fortunate to get guys that care about the program, not just about coming to get a paycheck. They really care about instilling, trying to work from the ground up. A lot of them's got kids, so the Pee Wee program, they've got their kids in there. And, you hope that it kind of builds itself, starting from that foundation and just working your way up. So, yeah, I've been very, very blessed with the coaching staff that I have.
Guys, now, y'all comment on how important it is to you guys playing now for Douglas to see those guys that are coaching have the same love for the community and the school that you guys do.
Start us off. Growing up, playing football, you always want to dream about coaching your team that you're on right then. And seeing them come back, seeing the need, the hurt, of our team for the past years, seeing them come out to help their community is a real big deal for us. So it really gives us an idea of what we want to do, what we would do if our team was in a hurt when we get older, seeing the need coming out. So that's what they did. They answered the call.
from my experience, I know I love all these coaches, and I know these coaches will do anything for me. I actually had experience with Coach Mitchell and Coach Ratliff back at Abbeville last year. I'm a move-in for this year, and I moved when they moved in. I mean, I'm just that attached to them. I follow them anywhere. So I know those coaches are like family for me.
Having a lot of our coaches that have previously played at Douglas, it makes us players feel like they really care about the program, and it makes us more confident knowing they were previously playing for Douglas, and it shows that that they really care about the program and stuff like that, you know.
Coach, I want to ask you about your schedule this year. I know you said you're going to have a jamboree with Galesville coming up, but, you know, you look at your schedule, that first 4 games, those are rivalry-type games, and that has to get you excited and the team excited too.
Yes, sir. Susan Moore, I don't think Douglas and Susan Moore's played for like 15-plus years, and it doesn't make sense. You know, they're probably the closest location right down the road. So I, you know, worked with Coach Lauderdale on the phone trying to get that one, and we were very fortunate to get them week 0. Just a great rivalry. I think it'll be great for both communities, getting them involved. Pick DAR back up. They were off the schedule, I think, 3 or 4 years, something like that. So, you know, you want to get a county school, county rival back involved. And then the other ones, you know, picking up Scottsboro and Arab, it doesn't get any easier. There's no doubt, you know, those guys moving down from 6A. So we're going to have our hands full. But I don't want our kids and I don't want our community to shy away from the competition we play. You've still got Gunnersville and Boaz. Their coaching staff does as good a job as anybody will play. And then we finished the season at the very end with North Sand Mountain. That was another one traditionally is a very good school. I wanted to pick them up week 10. So our schedule, it's harder, but it's a lot, like you said, there's more rivalry games in there, and it's something that, to me, is going to mean more for these kids and see if they'll rise to the occasion.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. We appreciate you being here. Thanks,
Yes, sir.
Coach. Good luck to the Eagles this year.
Thank y'all.